Miss E and Miss J were two super new teachers at Beaver Dam Elementary. They were eager to start their first week of class together, teaching a large 30-student split grade 2-3 class. They felt very prepared for the year ahead. Having both just graduated from VIU with a shiny new teacher certificate, they felt unstoppable, almost like superheroes.
The first week went by smoothly, but it became apparent soon thereafter that the classroom dynamic wasn't what they had been working towards.
One Thursday, a couple of weeks into the school year, Miss E and Miss J noticed Sophie, a second grade student in their class, looking as though she had been crying as she came in from recess. Miss J went over to her and asked her what was wrong. Sophie replied that she didn't want to talk about it, so Miss E and Miss J decided they would keep an eye on her after that.
For the next week, Miss E and Miss J observed Sophie, and for the next week, they saw her consistently come in from recess looking like she had been crying. When approached by either Miss E or Miss J, Sophie would always tell them that she did not want to talk about what was bothering her. Miss E and Miss J also noticed that Sophie was not her usual outgoing self in class, and her effort was dropping in the work she was producing.
Miss E and Miss J went home and talked about what could possibly be the matter. Miss J noted that both she and Miss E had been keeping a vigilant eye out for any trouble in the classroom, and from her own observations could see no reason for Sophie's distress being from anything going on in the classroom. Miss E agreed, but countered that it could be that Sophie is upset about something that could be going on the playground at recess. They both decided then that the next course of action to be taken would be to go outside for lunchtime duty to observe what might be happening on the playground.
It wasn't 5 minutes into lunch period when Miss E and Miss J discovered what had been bothering Sophie. A group of 3 third-grade girls from their class were all on the swing sets and would not let Sophie have a turn. Miss E and Miss J watched this go on for the remainder of recess, but when it was time for students to go back to class, Miss E took the 4 girls aside while Miss J went back with the rest of her students to start afternoon class.
Miss E let the girls know that she had seen what had been going on, and let the older girls know that exclusion was not an acceptable behavior and was actually a form of bullying. The older girls realized their mistake, apologized, and from then on let Sophie have a turn on the swing.
Miss E and Miss J soon noticed a remarkable increase in Sophie's motivation, and she was also soon back to her cheery, outgoing self. Miss E and Miss J felt confident that they had dealt with that situation in a proactive manner. The end.